So the angle of that balancing mass, so we can calculate this by using this formula. Theta is equal to, so theta is resultant angle, which is a tan inverse summation Fy upon summation Fx. Okay. So this is angle of resultant. That means if this is the force diagram for the given masses, this is F1, F2, F3, and F4. Okay. Then the resultant of the complete system, suppose that resultant, it is acting in this direction. Resultant means net unbalanced force. So this is the R value. Okay. So this angle with respect to x-axis, it is nothing but the theta R. So, but we want to balance this system. So we should add the balancing mass exactly in the opposite direction. So this is the balancing mass, so that we can cancel out the effect of this resultant unbalanced force and system will be completely balanced. Okay. So this is the balancing mass, which is the MB. So we need to add 180 degree to this theta R. So balancing mass angle, which is a theta B, which is equal to theta R plus 180 degree. Okay. So in the mass diagram, so this is the shaft and we have the masses like M1, then this is a M2, then this is a M3 and M4. Okay. So we should add the balancing mass in this direction. Okay. So this is a MB and this is theta R, sorry, theta B with respect to x-axis. And this radius we can select RB. Okay. So in this way, we can find out the balancing mass and its angle. So this is called as a static balancing. We can use the static balancing if all the masses they are lying in the single vertical plane. Okay. And balancing mass it also in the same plane. And for such cases, such balancing, we need to balance only the centrifugal forces. And if the masses they are lying in the different plane, that is a different parallel plane on the shaft, then we need to use the dynamic balancing. Okay. So I hope you have understood the meaning and the procedure for the static balancing. So now we will solve problem on the static balancing. So in this example, so this is the example on the static balancing. There are two identical discs. They are connected to each other by 4 bolts. So out of these 4 bolts, 3 bolt masses and their angular positions are given. So first bolt, it is having the mass M1, which is 35 gram. Second, 15 gram. Third is 25 gram. And this is the angular position theta 1, theta 2, and theta 3 with respect to positive x-axis. Okay. And their radius is given R1, R2, and R3. Okay. The discs, these are mounted on the shaft. Okay. And we have to determine the position and the mass of the 4th bolt for complete balancing. That means where we should connect the 4th bolt. Okay. And what is the mass, so that the complete system will be in the balanced condition. So I will draw the schematic diagram for the given system. So these are the two discs. This is disk 1 and disk 2. So these are connected by the balancing masses. Sorry, connected with the help of bolts. So consider this is a positive x-axis. So with respect to x-axis, first is theta 1. So somewhere here. So this is the first bolt. Okay. So this will become the M1. Second is at 220 degree. So it is in the third quadrant. So this is a M2. Then this is 290 degree. So it is in the fourth quadrant. Okay. So we have to select what is the position of the fourth bolt. So if you draw this diagram from the side view, so this is the shaft on which discs are mounted. This is a reference axis. So with respect to x-axis, first bolt is connected at an angle 40 degree. And this is the mass M1. Okay. Second is connected at an angle 220 degree. So with respect to negative x-axis, so it is at 40 degree. So this angle is 40 degree. Next is 290. So with respect to x-axis, so this is at 70 degree. So this angle is 70 degree. Okay. So this is M2 and this is M3. So I will just draw the diagram only for the masses. Okay. So this is M1. Then this is M2. And this is M3. Okay. So this is theta 1. So which is equal to 40 degree. This complete angle is theta 2. And this angle is 40 degree. This complete angle, this is 290. So this angle, this is 70. And their radius are given. So this is R1, R2, and R3. So this diagram, this is the mass diagram or mass angular position diagram. Okay. So from this diagram, we will draw the force diagram. So this is F1, F2, and this is F3. So here F1, this value, this is equal to M1 into R1. We will neglect the omega, that is omega square, because omega square is same. So M1 R1, this value is equal to, mass is 35 gram. So convert this in kg. So it is 0.035 kg into R1 value. This is equal to 0.11 millimeter. Sorry, 11 meter. So this value, this is equal to 3.85 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg meter. Okay. So here unit will be kg meter only. If you multiply this by omega square, then unit will be Newton. Okay, as we are neglecting omega square, so just take kg meter. Then F2 is equal to M2 into R2. So this is equal to 0.015, that is 15 gram, into 0.09, that is a 90 millimeter. So this is equal to 1.35 10 raised to minus 3 kg meter. And force F3, so this is equal to M3 into R3. So this is equal to 0.025, that is a 25 gram, into 0.13, that is a 130 millimeter radius. So this is equal to 3.25 10 raised to minus 3 kg meter. Okay, so these are the values of forces. These are the unbalanced forces created by the masses M1, M2, and M3. So now here we have to find out the position and the magnitude of unbalanced mass. So we will use the graphical approach. For the graphical approach, we need to draw the polygon diagram, that is a force polygon. So for the force polygon, so we will convert these forces F1, F2, and F3 in terms of force vector by selecting a proper scale. Okay. So for that, you can observe here, the maximum value is 3.85 and minimum is 1.35. Okay. So you can select the appropriate scale so that you can draw this vector F1, F2, and F3. So I will select here. So scale 1 centimeter, this is equal to 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg meter. Okay. So you can convert F1, F2, and F3 in terms of centimeter. Just divide these forces by this scale. So first will be 3.85 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is the scale. So this vector will be 7.7 centimeter. Then the second vector, this is equal to 2.7 centimeter. And third vector, 3.25 divided by 0.5. So this is equal to 6.5 centimeter. Okay. So we have converted force in terms of length. Now draw the force polygon. So F1 is 7.7 centimeter. F2 is 2.7 centimeter. F3, this is equal to 6.5 centimeter. Okay, so now for the polygon. So this is the starting point. So take this point as O. Draw the reference axis. So this is the x-axis. Okay. Now draw the vector in the same direction of F1. Okay. So first vector, it will start from point O. This is the direction. That means we should draw the line at 40 degree from this point, and its length will be 7.7 centimeter. Okay. So you have to draw this by using the geometrical instrument. So this is the first vector. So this is OA, and this is for force F1. Okay. And this is equal to 7.7 centimeter. Now the second vector, which is a F2. So F2, it is having the length 2.7 centimeter. So from this point, that is the last point of the first vector, you can draw the reference axis here. That is the X and Y axis. Okay. And now take this angle 40 degree from this negative axis. Okay. So it is exactly in the opposite direction to the first vector, and draw the length 2.7 centimeter. So 2.7 centimeter somewhere here. So this is the F2, which is 2.7 centimeter. So this is the point B. That is a vector A to B is nothing but force F2. Now again at this point, you can draw the reference axis and then take the angle of F3. Okay, so F3, it is at 70 degree with respect to positive X axis. And for the F3, its angle is length is 6.5 centimeter, and this is the direction. So you can draw the vector of 6.5 centimeter. So this is the point C. So B to C, this is nothing but F3, and length is 6.5 centimeter. Okay, so from the force polygon, the closing side of that polygon, it will give the direction and the magnitude of the balancing mass. So closing side means we should connect point C with the point O. So this is the closing side. So this is nothing but the balancing force, which is a FB. Okay. And if you draw the reference axis here, then this angle is nothing but the angle of balancing mass. So this is theta B. Okay. So from this, you measure the vector OC. So length of the OC. So this is equal to, from my calculation, this is 6.71 centimeter. Okay, you can check this answer. Draw the polygon and then measure the length OC. So it is 6.71 centimeter. So the balancing force FB, this is equal to length of OC. Now here, this is the length. We need to convert this in terms of force. So we need to multiply by this scale. Okay. So FB is equal to length OC into scale. So this is equal to 6.71 into 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is the scale. So this is equal to 3.35 10 raised to minus 3 kg meter. Okay, because scale unit is kg meter. So this is the balancing force. So from this force, we will calculate the balancing mass of the fourth bolt. Okay. So what is F? It is nothing but mass into radius. So equate this with the balancing mass into balancing radius RB. Okay. So now in the problem, the balancing mass value is not given. Okay, what should be the balancing mass of the fourth bolt? So we can assume the balancing mass. So assume balancing mass. This is 20 gram. Okay. So you can put this value in this equation. So 20 means this is 0.02 into radius RB. Okay. And then calculate the radius RB. So this is equal to, this is 167 millimeter. And the angle theta B okay, so I don't have the answer for this theta B, just measure the theta B. So measure this theta B with respect to the negative x-axis, and you can mention here the direction like this. Okay, so theta B, it is with respect to negative x-axis. Okay, so this is how you can solve this problem by using the graphical method. So if you refer the initial diagram for the given system, then the balancing mass, it is to be added in this direction at the radius. So this is the balancing mass, which is the MB, and this is the radius RB. Okay, and just calculate this angle. So from this center, we will add the balancing mass at radius RB, which is equal to 167 millimeter as per our calculation. Balancing mass we have assumed as a 20 gram, as it is not given in the problem. If the balancing mass is given, then you can take that balancing mass and you can find out the radius RB. Okay, and theta B, you can calculate this by using the force polygon.